And greetings, my dear fantasistas. Welcome back, and let's talk about the Legend Stage. Legend Stage Fantasy. Um, let's start with the potential matchups in the future games. Well, most obvious journey with the best opponents is probably for Navi. In terms of 9, oof, they're gonna struggle. They're gonna struggle a lot. Those best of ones, they're gonna be facing Liquid, and like every single game is gonna be against top tier opposition. At the end of the day, I'm not going to be surprised if we'll see 9 playing for 0-3 spot. However, I think they probably won't go 0-3 unless there's something unexpected happens, and 0-3 they're going to face someone like ENCE or G2 or Vitality, whatever. If they're going to face one of them in 0-3 game, then we potentially can see 0-3 for the 9. Liquid, off. I have no expectations from Liquid. I think the best case scenario they're gonna play 2-2 spot. In terms of Furia, well, they kind of got a free win. Monte with no coach, with the way they were playing, free win for Furia. Uh, Fnatic against NIP. Oh, that's a weird one. Um, as I already mentioned, for me, one of these teams potentially gonna play for 0-3. Is it gonna be Fnatic or NIP? Most likely Fnatic, because NIP they already had some games. They kind of used to play at this level now, but for Fnatic they're gonna be fresh, right? It's gonna be the first game straight away. Heroic Phase. Oof, there's gonna be a banger. But what map are they gonna play? If we open, most likely it's gonna be uh, Inferno, as always, and we're gonna see Overpass potentially, Mirage most likely no. Inferno, it's a 50-50 map, like 57% for the phase, but I see them playing either Inferno or Ancient. It's just because of the percentages, right? Overpass, it's probably best case scenario if it ends up on Overpass for the phase. They're gonna have the advantage, but in general, I don't think they're gonna play that map. Uh, so in this matchup, okay, let me just put the winners through. Navi, Liquid, uh, Furia. This matchup, I'm going for the NIP. And this one, as I already mentioned, right? If it's going to be Inferno, it's going to be 50-50. Um, and again, slight advantage is on FaZe side because they already played multiple games here and they kind of got used to it. Into the Breach, in Tesco bag against Apex. Um, this one is a 50-50 game, and I don't really want any of these teams to go 0-3. And for me, this looks like one of them potentially can go for the matchup of 0-3. So far, I have what, one, two, and this is the third one uh, who's potentially going to go for the 0-3 game. Into the Breach against Apex. Again, into the Breach, they're not going to be fresh. They're probably going to be stressing a little bit, but Apex, they already played. And again, I'm going for the Apex in this scenario. Vitality against G2. Ooh, I did not expect to see these type of games on a day one in best of one. But again, we see that Monacy is in great form, JKS is in great form, even Hoxie isn't doing that bad, right? Kovic brothers, they also doing great, right? Vitality coming from a little break because they had to sit out this week while they were waiting for the legend stage, and obviously they were practicing, but was that practice good enough to jump in and play the first game against G2 that in after 3-0? Mm, I don't know. Yes, they're gonna have some extra boost from the Paris, but in general, I think this one gonna start with 0-1 for Vitality, and G2 is gonna take this one. Now, Bad News Eagles against Ents. This is the game where we're gonna see a lot of random stuff going on. Bad News Eagles don't give a about anything. They're just gonna play their game, really aggressive, and so on and so on and so on. For Ents, this kind of potentially counters them. And again, like in terms of firepower, right now I would say Ents has a slight advantage because obviously after Nets addition, they kind of improved. And for Bad News Eagles, again, first game, Ents already played, so I'm gonna be on Ents side on this one. Now let's start with the 0-1 games. Right, Into the Breach against Vitality. This is gonna be a disaster for Into the Breach. They're just gonna be destroyed. Uh, Heroic against Bad News Eagles. Heroic with a rank 1 position on HLTV coming into this event and playing Bad News Eagles. Interesting move, but for me, at this stage, Heroic should be beating Bad News Eagles. Now, Fnatic against Monte. Uh, Again, I see how Fnatic can lose to Monte, but uh, Monte has no coach. They won't have a game plan, proper game plan. Like I believe they are working with their coach, like from a distance, right? They do get the calls from him. They do talk about the game, about the preparation in their team speak or whatever. But we already seen how not having a coach behind you is really impacting uh, how you play and your decision making, like the calling of the tech pause or like when you need team talk. And for this reason, I will be going for Fnatic in this one. For me, Monte is going for 0-3 spot. Now, 9 against Gamer Legion. Uh, this is the game where we would like enjoy watching this one in some sort of a Brazzy party or uh, I don't know, whatever are the other like tier 2 online events. But at the major, Gamer Legion going to fight for 0-2 again, and 9 should be taking this one. Now, Apex against G2. This is going to be interesting game. I believe that Apex have the potential to bring a tough fight to G2, but at the end of the day, G2 should be taking this. Ends against against FaZe. Um, I believe FaZe have no pressure right now at all. To be honest, like yes, they're Grand Slam winners, but they made kind of this event because of a miracle. Let's call it that way. And right now, I don't think they're gonna stress it all. Right? They're just gonna enjoy playing, and phase that just enjoys playing is definitely stronger than ends that try harding. Um, Now, Furia and IP. Um, all these games that I watched during the challenger stage, NIP was a disaster. This hurt me so much just by watching them, like the calls, everything. Like they were winning games for me only because individual plays, right? Against Furia, like unless Art goes int int mode, then like NAP have no chance. So for me, it's gonna be Furia that's gonna advance to the 2-0 position, and probably gonna be trying to save my 3-0 pick him. Right now, Navi against Team Liquid. Hmm, this is tough because I don't like either Navi in current state or Team Liquid, which just looks absolutely horrible. But at the moment, Navi are just one one step ahead, maybe even 2 steps ahead of Liquid, and Navi should be taking this one. Again, now let's go to elimination games. Gamer Legion against Into the Breach. Um, I don't want to see my fellow UK team going 0-3, and Gamer Legion. I don't think they are good enough to go for another Magic run. I think it's the end for them, and Gamer Legion is gonna go 0-3. That's only if everything goes this way, right? Obviously, there can be like other results of the matchups, but this is how I see it at the moment. So, in Tesco bag survives, and Gamer Legion takes their bags. Monte against Bad News Eagles. Um, this game, Monte is gonna get destroyed, and Bad News Eagles just gonna survive another 0-3 game. Fnatic against Ents, Fnatic Vitality against Ents. I think this is the point where Vitality is gonna wake up, and Zev was gonna get activated, and Vitality is gonna destroy Ents. Heroic Apex. This is the interesting one. I believe that Apex is gonna bring tough fights to every single team they're gonna face, and I kind of have faith that Apex can go for the players run, right? They obviously gonna lose to the top five teams, right? But against like everyone else, they're gonna fight. Um, so in this case, I believe in Heroic more. Now Fnatic against Team Liquid, and here is a clash of trash in my opinion. Is I don't like Fnatic at this point, like not the org itself, but the lineup they have. Um, for me, they need changes, right? For me, Boris is perfect fit for the Fnatic, right? And from that point, whatever happens. Um, but in Liquid against Fnatic game, uh, this is gonna be a tough one. I definitely believe that Liquid has a slightly better chance to win this one because of the experience the players have and because of the firepower that players have, right? If they're not gonna uh, screw up, they should be winning. So for me, it's gonna be Liquid that's gonna advance over here. Now, Nine versus NIP. Um, for me, Nine potentially can destroy NIP, and if Nine is not gonna get stressed, then Nine should be winning this one because NIP at the current stage, the best case scenario for them is them playing for the 2-2, and from that point, whatever gonna happen. So it's gonna be Nine that's gonna be taking this one for me. Now Navi against FaZe. Well, I can't bet on Navi, and I'll be picking FaZe. So for me, FaZe is a 3-0 pick. Um, all for this to happen is FaZe to beat Heroic in the first opening game, right? But if we're being serious, then FaZe at this point, um, they are stronger than Navi. And Simple, so far, what I can judge from, like watching a couple of his streams and like YouTube highlights when like Monacy was just like destroying him in the FPL games, is just Simple mentally he's not ready, right? Like all gonna take is like 1-2 rounds where like something frustrating gonna happen and Simple is gonna mold. That's it. And against FaZe, everyone knows that FaZe can turn around the round like 3v5 and like maybe they're gonna do it once. Then someone like Twist or Ops wins like 1v2, 1v3, and that's it. And Simple as molding, he's gonna miss his shots, and that's it. GG. So now G2 against Furia. Well, Baby Goat is gonna destroy Furia and go for 3-0 position. Now, this is kind of safety bet for me because for Furia, as already mentioned, right? I did put them for 3-0 in my pick'em only because something unexpected might happen and like we might see an unexpected team in like 2-0 Cologne. Maybe like Apex beats I don't know G2 somehow, I don't know, like 16-14 or like double OT, and then like Navi gonna play Furia and Furia against Navi. They have the history, and this is the exactly type of game where Furia has like the best chance to go for 3-0, right? And then FaZe gonna play Apex, where well, for FaZe it's probably gonna be free win. So once again, if everything goes as planned, then G2 and FaZe go 3-0. Furia is dropping 1-2 and for me, they're gonna be playing a 2-2 slot for the last remaining position. So now let's drop down to elimination games back. Bad News Eagles against NIP. Well, bad news for the NIP. Bad News Eagles gonna survive this one. Now orange teams. Apex against Fnatic. I have preference in Apex in this one. I like them more. Ents against Intesco Bag. Uh, well, this is 1-3 for Intesco Bag, and they're just gonna be happy that they got here. That they played like 4 games and Ents should be advancing through. Vitality against Liquid. Um, this one should be okay. It's not gonna be easy one for Vitality, but they still should be taking this one. Heroic against Furia. Well, Heroic is just gonna demolish Furia, and that's it. Navi against Nine. Well, it's quite obvious that Navi is just gonna play. They, I'm not gonna call it the best game, but it should be enough against Nine to beat them. So now we're gonna see 2-2 games with the Nine against Ents, in which I have more faith in Ents, but well, we all know the history. So at this point, I kind of have more faith in Ents, but this is a 50-50 game and anything can happen. So let's move to Bad News Eagles against Liquid. And once again, right, for me, Team Liquid, they don't deserve to go to the playoffs, but Bad News Eagles, I think they should be good enough to advance to the playoffs once, right? It's their third major. They went 3-0 in the RMRs. They're in good shape. They got the Coach Devil Walk. Well, they kind of screwed up the previous event, but at least they learned something, right? So for me, it's going to be Bad News Eagles advancing. Now, Apex against Furia. Mm, and once again, right? Furia, I don't think they're going to be advancing to the playoffs, right? For me, the best Brazilian team at this event was Spain, and they managed to screw up, right? Um, so Furia, I don't know. It's a tough one for me, right? From one side, I support Apex in this one, but on the other side, Serato with the way he's playing, like all 2023, he's just insane. And in general, this is a tough one. And Serato against JL, like two superstars of their teams. JL has been kind of underwhelming, but in general, uh, this is a team game, stress environment, and Stico has so much experience. Cuban has so much experience that I think that Apex is gonna advance to the playoffs, and Liquid gonna go home. Bad News Eagles gonna advance, and in terms of ends on 9, um, I think that 9 gonna crumble under the pressure. So for me, it's gonna be ends that gonna be advancing. So FaZe G2 Heroic Vitality Navi ends Apex Bad News Eagles. These are my teams that are advancing to the next stage. And FaZe G2 Heroic Vitality Navi are the teams that we should be building our team around, right? So, um, as I already mentioned in the previous fantasy, um, I'm kind of all in into Monacy for the MVP UG2 wins, right? Now, on the other side, we have the prices of Heroic, which are pretty good. But in terms of matchups, they're not the best. And in terms of carry potential, Heroic players well, anyone can shine, right? Tessus can go nuclear, like Shush recently goes crazy. Cadian can go crazy on some maps. Like Jambi is just being consistent overall. And yeah, in general, I don't know if it's worth like picking heroic players right now. Maybe as a filler, yes. On the other side, we have Navi that will be playing like the worst teams that possible. Even like in in the other column, uh, anything can happen. Like Navi just facing the weakest opposition. So for me, like picking Navi players is probably the safest way. And like Electronic is being great, Perfecto a bit. Uh, I don't know which one of them you should go for, but recently Perfecto was pretty decent. NPL, uh, this type of rating against like teams like Game Legion and Team Liquid, probably gonna be enough, right? I'm not sure if he's gonna play his best game against like teams like Liquid or like FaZe, but he's definitely gonna be decent playing against Game Legion and against like Nine, right? So picking him is not the worst idea. Now I have 380k left, and who can I pick? I definitely need to pick someone from like a, a lower price range, right? So I believe that Venus Eagles potentially can upset everyone and go that far. But if we look at their matchups, Ends, um, where's, sorry, Bad News Eagles, Ends, Heroic, Monte, NIP, and Liquid, right? Who's gonna be like the best player throughout the whole event? Most likely is Juan Flatro or GXX, right? Rigon, potentially he can do great, but for some reason I have more faith in Synopsy, and I think I have to risk and try to take him. NIP players, I don't want to take any one of them, and I have 195k left, which comes up to potentially picking Dupree. But again, is Dupree worth picking? I don't know. But if we think of this way, right? Uh, Potentially, I can go for Brokey and Rain instead of that, and I can end up with this type of lineup. Um, am I happy to see like 5k extra remaining? I don't think so. But I don't have anyone else to spend that money on. Right? I can try to replace Brokey with maybe maybe Rops and then grab Rain. But in this case, I don't have an Opa, and once again, not having an Opa is kind of meh, especially when meta is on the Opa side. But again, like I want to go for Monacy because I think he's gonna be destroying absolutely everyone. And if we look at the matchups, G2 against Vitality, then G2 Apex, then G2 Furia potentially. Um, Even GigaChat shouldn't be the problem, to be honest. Let's try to put GigaChat here and let's see how much we have. 24k remaining, so it means that we have a chance to replace one of these guys with another player. Uh, Megisk is a good option. I don't know, but potentially I can grab JL 211, a bit too much. Liquid. If anyone of you is trying to pick Liquid in this fantasy, try to avoid Yakin Red. He's being an IGL and his rating isn't that good, right? So um, I can try do it this way and get bit in there and 195. roughly. Maybe Perfector, 201. Good enough for Shush. No, no. Kayla, uh, no. GXX or one Flutter. Do I want to go for the gamble pick, right? Mm. Once again, right? I don't like Navi players, not Navi org in general, right? But this fantasy just screams that you have to pick Navi players because, well, there are no options when you want to go for like mono C carry or something like that. So for me, it's gonna be Electronic and Perfecto on my side, and instead of Hooksy, well, there aren't many players that you want to pick instead of Hooksy. But I can try to fit in Synopsy, and then I'll have 187k left, which is roughly enough for drop, which I don't want to pick. Prims, which in my books is gonna go home at 1-3, so I don't want to pick him either. Teneri, Kixen. Kixen as Nigel is a good option. Uh, Even Stiko has been doing pretty well, but in this one, once again, right? Into the breach, that's a win. Against G2, that's a loss. Against Heroic, it's a loss. And that's best of ones gone, where you can get the best rating possible, right? And then you start best of threes, where it's not going to be so great to have these type of players. So once again, Synopsy is not the best option for me either. Uh, Maybe Apex and Dupree, which is a horrible decision, but what can I do? And then if we try to get rid of Monacy and try to go for Rain and Twists, and what we're gonna have? 350, Hooksy, 179, anyone I can fit in. Canary and Sticker again, 179 for Sticker. Let's try. And this looks horrible. This looks horrible. Mm. And again, like this is like the gambliest thing ever, right? Because FaZe and G2 they both can lose in the first game because like the top teams playing each other, right? And the only like safe bet is Navi players, right? So Electronic and Perfecto, and again, where's Baby Goat? Baby Goat, or actually, screw that. Let's have faith in Nipple, right? And who else can I go for? Let's say Rain, 175, no Rain. Um, Maiden, mm, is Maiden good enough for me? I don't know. Mm, Actually, why don't I have faith in Bad News Eagles? Hmm? Why? Let's try GXX. Still not enough. 184. Mm. Actually, you know what? I gonna go for gamble and I gonna go for Juan Flacho and Synopsy in this one, right? Um, I have to give them a chance, right? They have to they have to try, right? Why not? Baby Goat, Electronic Nipple, Juan Flacho, Synopsy. Why not? So let's update this one, and well, obviously Nipple is gonna go as an IGL in this one, because there's a good chance they're gonna go 3-0. Uh, Synopsy, Headshot machine, electronic, multifrag, uh, defendant one shot throw. Mm, actually, yeah. So, in terms of boosters, right? Monacy, he potentially can be top of the table, potentially can be assist, but most likely he's going to be flashing in, like Hooksy, Nico, so on, so on, so on. Nipple against the Gamer Legion, let's just go for the 100%. One Fluttro against the Ents, most likely he's going to get his assists. Synopsy, he's probably going to get baited in there. And Electronic, most likely going to get his trades or going to blow someone up. But let's hope for the Avenger bonus to work out. Let's hope he's going to trade Nipple or Bit or whatever. So yeah, this is going to be my lineup. I'm going to be on um, Benu's Eagles train this time. And yeah, that's it. Let me know what you think. Let me know your fantasies and good luck and have fun. And I'll see you at the playoff stage.